After living in London and Toronto, guitarist and St. Catharines native James Bryan McCollum has moved a little closer to home. We caught up with the songwriter and producer at his new home in Hamilton to talk about some upcoming shows in St. Catharines. You have something big coming up that pays tribute to one of your mentors.
Warren was kind of like the jazz guitarist in the Niagara area. When I was a kid, he was the first guy I saw playing jazz on the guitar, and so that was a whole new world that I hadn't even thought of. So he inspired me growing up, and I'd always come in to hear him and his brother Randy play, Niagara on the Lake with my friends. And ever since, when I became an adult, I'd come back and we'd jam, and we'd play just two guitars together. And it was just a great connection. So, Warren passed about a year ago, and so we thought it would be really fitting to get all the guitarists, that were friends with him and that, loved and respected his playing together to have a party in memory of Warren.
A graduate of Laura Secord Secondary, James has worked closely with the school on a number of fundraising concerts. And there's another one in the works set for June 1st at the First Ontario Performing Arts Centre.
It's called Songs in the City, and this is a project that's been going on in Toronto for several years, and it's a great concept. Basically, a musician, Michael James, and two other guys put this event together where they're working with people who've gone through the United Way agencies, who've had some, come from some rough experiences, but come out the other side. And they tell their stories, and then they get together with musicians and create a song kind of inspired by that experience. And then at the concert, they perform the song after we hear the speaker tell their story. Dave Sisler, my music teacher from Laura Secord and great friend, he and the Secord choir took part in it in Toronto. So me and him said, let's do this in Niagara.
Besides being known as a guitar player and producer, James has built a successful career writing songs for both his own projects and those of many other artists. James has worked with the likes of Nelly Furtado, Lisa Marie Presley, and Engelbert Humperdinck.
We were living in London, England for a few years, and he was making an album which I actually played on as well, and at the same time. So we hit it off. He introduced me to brandy, drinking fine brandy, and I introduced him to my guitar playing. And so we had a song that a friend of mine, Martin Treffy and Sasha Scarbeck, wrote, and it was the UK entry for the Eurovision. So Engelbert and I were the ones representing the UK in Azerbaijan. We went to Baku. It was the most surreal experience, and a chance to see a city I never would have, with wonderful history and beautiful architecture too.
For the first time since their 2006 release Castles, the Philosopher Kings will be dropping a new album this spring.
I haven't played with those guys in a while, but they're like brothers. It's like we're brothers in arms, like we've been through war together, touring all over, and I love playing with them. So we made a great album of new material I'm really excited about. It just got mastered, so it's going to be out probably mid-year, by the summer.
Plans for a tour with the Kings?
Definitely, and I'm definitely hoping we get back to Jackson Triggs, something like that. We had a couple of amazing shows there,
You have a new album as well, a new solo album. It's a solo guitar album, is that how you would describe it?
I would, yeah. This is, at my heart, guitar is my first love. It's the way I communicate with my music, and it's never too far away. So this album's featuring me on acoustic, mostly instrumental. There's one song with the Divine Brown, who I've worked with in the past. It was basically an album where I was paying tribute to all my heroes. So I would cover Bob Marley songs, Stevie Wonder, a couple Sade songs, people that I love musically. And then I have a bunch of originals that kind of are all pretty much love songs, but they're some are to my wife, some are to my kids. So it's quite a personal album. And so this year it's about performing more. So Philosopher Kings, when our album hits, we're going to be touring all across Canada. And like I said, hopefully we'll be playing closer to St. Catharines as well. With my stuff, I'm going to be touring Canada and hopefully abroad as well in this year. So that's what I'm setting up right now.
James promises more presence in the city where he grew up in the future. To keep up to date, visit jamesbryanmusic.com. Reporting for The Source, I'm Mike Balsom.